You know, is a trend that I see that's quite popular with a lot of single mothers, and it's the amount of time in between hopping from one relationship to another. And when there's kids that are conscious enough to see what's going on with them, nobody ever asks them how they feel about this situation. First off, you can be in a relationship with a guy for a long time who is not the father of your children, and when things go bad with that relationship, it's maybe a lot of time that boy or girl grew up with that boyfriend of yours, and looked at them as a surrogate parent, maybe even a parent. And then next thing you know, months later, you're with the next guy, and I'm seeing a trend of it. And nobody ever sits down and talk to the kids about how they feel about this situation, because that's very, very, very important, I would think. And I think it does something to a boy's and a boy's psyche more than a girl, because if you are showing yourself as being someone who can't keep a person, or someone who goes from man to man, this is how his perception of women are going to be when he see his mother inconsistent. It's a bad look. And as for a young female, it teaches her not to value a relationship just as much as it teaches a young boy not to value a relationship, just in different ways. You know, it teaches her to not think that there's any lasting love out there. It teaches her how to basically monkey branch from the next person to the next person. And a stable home is very, very important, for the simple fact that I would say, if you are going to move on quickly, keep it out of the sight of your child into a considerable amount of time in the future. Like, it's very possible to, even if you have teenagers, just basically like, you know what, I'm not going to introduce this man to my kids just yet. Because I've even read and seen reports about women who done this. Women with young children who had low self-esteem. Not saying all single mothers are low self-esteem. Don't even misquote me like that. But I've seen those who with low self-esteem, due to their not so cosmetic prowess, saying that they not the most beautiful woman on the planet. And I've seen women like this let some handsome opportunist predator around their children, and their children have been assaulted or have lost their lives. And this is not saying that this is all going to happen if you monkey branch to the next person. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that could happen, and it's more than just physical, it's mental that happens to the kids. That's very important, but nobody thinks about this, especially with black children. Like, it's like mental problems seem to be something that's really overlooked in the black community. I talked about it before, and like to other people, when I used to do all my Facebook Live videos so much, I've talked about it many times in the past, and nobody cares. And that's sad. And I'm talking about nobody black cared, because a lot of them were so busy promoting that type of lifestyle, they didn't want to, address the reality of it. And that's sad. I don't want that to be the case. Like, it transcends race. I know I'm talking about black children because I am a black man, and I've seen the effect it has on the children in my neighborhood who grew up to be young adults, and their relationship aspects is just out there. You could just see them out there bickering, arguing, having all these babies, and they got nothing to show for themselves. Like it was no type of home training. It probably was, but it was probably just the same as what they're portraying. So it's just a vicious cycle that keeps happening, especially where I'm from. But I digress. So anyway, this is Kazama Fury. I'm here and now I'm out. Peace.